Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over the Stage 3 Team Affinity West Showdown. I'm going to break down each mini mission, as well as I'll have a list inside the description of every mini mission, showdown, and how to beat them, what you need to do to beat them, as well as some of the missions that you will not see in this particular run of the Stage 3 Team Affinity West. I did this 4 times. So I think I've discovered most of the mini missions. If you guys discover one that I haven't discovered yet, let me know in the comments below. That way I can add it into the description so other people know. And I really appreciate it if you guys do that. Also, just so you know, this is the West Divisions Showdown. So essentially all of the players in this are going to be from the NL West and the AL West. Also in this showdown, as you can see, it's my symbol versus the LA Dodgers. So we're going to be playing Earl Hershiser in the final showdown. Guys, hit that subscribe button for me. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys think about the Stage 3 Team Affinities in the West, as well as this showdown. Also, if you guys need any helps, tips, or tricks, or anything like that that's not covered in this video, let me know in the comments, and I will make sure that I reach out to you guys and kind of help you through whatever your problems are. As well as in the description, there will be a breakdown of what I think are the best diamonds, golds, and silvers to pick while doing this. We'll also look at the squad that I have right now for this showdown once we go through all of the missions and go over them. The first mission that I have for the Stage 3 Team Affinity West is He's Got a Rocket for an Arm. This is related to the face of the franchise legend, Jay Bruner. And in this mission, you have to score 2 runs, you have to get 2 strikeouts, you cannot allow 2 runs, and you are facing the Signature Series Felix Hernandez, which is 96 overall. It is on veteran difficulty, so Hernandez isn't too hard to deal with. I would kind of wait till he hangs a changeup or throws something up in the zone, because he does like to keep his sinker down in the zone and it'll make you ground out a lot. So be patient here. Wait for a pitch that's up in the zone. The next mission I had is Fish Can Play Ball. And what you have to do here is you're playing the Los Angeles Angels, and you have to throw a scoreless top of the first and score a run in the bottom of the first. Essentially, in the top of the first, you're going to face the Future Stars Brandon Marsh, Live Series Mike Trout, then face of the franchise legend Tim Salmon. Their 4th batter is Anthony Rendon, his Live Series card. I haven't got past the first 4 hitters against them, pretty much because they kind of shafted Trout on his vision and his discipline in this game. He's actually pretty easy to strike out. So I haven't got past that 4th hitter because I've always gotten Trout out. And then Brandon Marsh has gone on base here or there. Sam has gone on base here or there. But then Rendon's either in a double play or he's been the 3rd out. So I don't think it's too bad. If you guys figure out who the 5th hitter is in this one, let me know. I'll add it into the description. And then whenever you're hitting, you have to face the face of the franchise, Shohei Ohtani, that you unlocked in Stage 1 of the Team Affinity if you ended up unlocking that card. But he is the Stage 1 card reward for the Team Affinity, and that's who you face whenever you're batting to score a run. The next mission is Ottavino's Outcome. This is essentially trailing the Rockies 5-4 in the 9th inning. You have to come back and win the game. It comes in at the top of the 9th. You're in Coors Field. You got to at least tie the game to push it to extra innings or whatever, or you can get 2 runs and just win it in the 9th. But the goal of the mission is just to win the game. Then in the first showdown, I had the veteran Rob Nen. It's a 92 overall card that was featured in one of the early headliners. I believe it was like set 12 or 13 headliner that he was featured in. He has some pretty nasty stuff. He has a very hard fastball, and he throws a splitter that's pretty hard too, and it's hard to differentiate between the two. So kind of wait till there's a pitch up in the zone, and hopefully it's the fastball and drive it. If it's the splitter, you'll probably just foul it off, but I would sit fastball and wait for something up in the zone. If not, he's very hard to lift the ball when it gets to the bottom of the zone. For the first showdown, you get 12 outs, a man on second base, and you have to score 3 runs because you're down 2-0, just like the first showdown that was in the Team Affinity East showdown that we went over yesterday. In this first showdown, I haven't got anybody except for Rob Nen. So if you guys get somebody else, let me know. But he's the only pitcher I've gotten in this first showdown. It seems like they're going for relievers in the first showdowns here. I haven't done the Team Affinity Central. We'll have that video out tomorrow yet. But for the Team Affinity East and the Team Affinity West so far, for Stage 3, they've used closers for this first showdown here. So I'm not sure if there's another closer that can be used. I would assume that Eric Gagne might be an option that came in like the set 5 headliners, but I haven't got him yet for this. I've done this, like I said, the 4th time through, and I've gotten robbed then every single time. After beating the first showdown, I had the mission Ginger Thor. This is based off of the future star Dustin May. He has a really strange windup with a really high leg kick, and then if he's in the stretch, he has this weird thing where he like bends all the way over and like touches the ground with like the top of his head, and then he goes and pitches. It's just something that's unique. It caught me off guard the first time I played him. I've done this particular mission 3 times, and I think I beat him 1 out of the 3 times. He does have some filthy stuff. For the mission itself, you have to get 1 extra base hit and 1 run in the first 2 innings, and it doesn't matter what the Dodgers do offensively. The biggest problem with this mission, in my opinion, is that the Dodgers team is absolutely stacked. I think everybody's a diamond in the field. Their outfield's ridiculously fast. They have the Player of the Month Bellinger in right field. I believe Mookie Betts in center field, and I can't remember who their left fielder is. But either way, they all flag the ball down. It's super hard to get a base hit against them, especially in the gap. So don't get too frustrated if someone catches a ridiculous ball in the gap. It happened to me once or twice when doing this mission, the 3 times that I've done it. So just don't get too frustrated. It's not that big of a deal. It's only for 2 final showdown runs, so if you don't get it, just move on to the next one. The next main mission I had is King's Court in Session. You have to go up against Felix Hernandez, and it's his signature series card, and you have to take a quick lead by scoring 2 runs and not allowing 2 runs in the first 2 innings. The next mission I had is Matt the Bat. You have to strike out 2 batters without allowing a run in the top of the first. So essentially, you're facing the Arizona Diamondbacks, and their lineup starts out with face of the franchise David Peralta, then it's future stars Alec Thomas, then face of the franchise legend Matt Williams, and then it goes to live series Ketel Marte. I haven't got past Marte, but I'm assuming that the other Marte is behind him, or Escobar. So it's not too bad of a mission. You have to get 2 strikeouts. If for whatever reason you get 2 outs before you get 2 strikeouts and you have like 1 strikeout already, I would let a ball drop if someone makes contact with it, or let the guy get the first base and just go to the next batter, try to get that second strikeout. I know it's not the most advantageous thing, and you can't let up a run while doing this, but I mean, you have to try to win the mission. So if you have to give up a base hit to have a chance to strike out another batter, just do that. I know it's kind of cheesy, but I mean, you're just trying to win the missions. It is what it is. In the second showdown, this time around I had to face future stars Luis Pitino. That is a pitcher in the San Diego Padres farm system, and he's a 3rd prospect right now. He throws very, very hard, and he has a good mix of pitches. He was one of the headliners, featured cards, and you start out with 15 outs, a man on second base, and you have to score 3 runs because you have a 2-0 lead, and you just have to win the game. Another person I had in this second showdown was postseason Christy Mathewson. If you guys get anybody else besides Pitino or Mathewson, just let me know. I'll add them to the description. And if I find anybody when I'm doing this, because obviously I've just done this 4 times so far because I'm working on the videos, I will add them in the description, or any missions that I end up discovering. But it's really helpful if you guys discover some stuff before me, because like I said, I still have to knock out the Central Team Affinity Stage 3 Showdown video as well as I'm going to be doing some reviews of the cards, so I don't have the most time to play in the next couple days. So if you guys find anything, just let me know in the comments below. Give Marshall the ball was the next mini mission I had once I completed the second showdown, and essentially you have to outscore the Giants by tallying 2 runs without allowing 2 runs in the first 2 innings. It's pretty much plain and simple. You don't have to do any strikeouts or anything like that. Just score 2 runs before they score 2 runs. The next mission is Earl Bulldog Hershiser, and going up against Hershiser, you have to tally 3 hits and score 2 runs in the first 2 innings. So all 4 times I've done this showdowns, I've had this mission. I've done it 3 out of 4 times. The biggest thing about Hershiser is you have to wait for him to throw the ball somewhere up in the zone. If you start hitting his cutters and sinkers and curveballs and changeups below in the zone, he's going to make you ground out. He's a pitcher that was always a pitch-to-contact kind of guy whenever he's pitching in real life, and his card's set up that way. He's very hard to lift the ball and get a lot of extra base hits on. That's why he's one of the better Face of the Franchise Legends cards that was released. So just make sure you wait for some pitches up in the zone. Hopefully you can drive some balls, and it works out for you guys. I think this is one of the harder missions, though. The final mini mission I had was Dante Brings the Fire. Going against the Rockies, you have to score 2 runs without allowing 2 runs in the first innings. This was very much like the first mini mission in the second set of 3, where you only had to score 2 runs in the first 2 innings. Also, something to know for this mission is on the mound is Jermaine Marquez. That's a live series silver for the Colorado Rockies right now. He does throw hard at like 99 miles. He does throw hard at 98, 99 miles an hour, but he doesn't have stuff that moves very well. His slider doesn't move that much. Really just to wait for a fastball or slider up in the zone, and you can easily drive it in Coors Field. This time around for the final showdown, I have to face the face of the franchise legend, Ovr Hershiser. in the final showdown. As you guys can see, it's going to be 12 to 15 to start, so I'm going to have to get 4 runs on 20 outs. So it shouldn't be too bad of a matchup for me. I've beaten this Hershiser when it was about 7 to 15 before, so I should be able to do it. Like I said, the biggest thing about Hershiser is waiting for him to throw the ball up in the zone and drive it. You have to be very patient against him. He likes to try to work the corners down low, and he'll miss a lot of close pitches, which will actually make you ground out. Let's look and see what my team looks like going up against Hershiser here. Alright guys, so we made it to the lineup screen, and I think the 2 best face of the franchise legends to pick up is Tim Salmon and Tony Gwynn. If you get him in that first round, one of the 2, whichever one you prefer. I personally like Timmy Boy, the Fish, a little bit more than Tony Gwynn, just because he's a little bit more power. However, Tony Gwynn is a lefty, so he's actually has a better matchup against almost all the pitchers you're going to face in the final showdown. And then another guy that I like to pick up later, if you get him as an option, is Jay Bunner, especially if you already have Gwynn and Salmon on your team already. A guy I got all 4 times when doing this in the second round of the initial draft is Craig Biggio. I get he's a 99 overall, and a lot of guys think he has kind of a wet noodle for a stick. However, I think in the showdown, especially on veteran, if you're patient with him and pick the right pitches, he always seems to hit it in the gap or down the line. And he's super fast. It's almost guaranteed a double or a triple. And even if you get him only in a single on first base, he has a chance if somebody else hits a double to score with the 90 speed that he has. Some gold cards that are 100% pickups for me is the Fernando Tatis Jr., Joey Gallo, and Charlie Blackmon. Now, I do have Charlie Blackmon's diamond face of the franchise card from the Rockies this time around, stage 1, but I did have his gold, as you can see. So he's definitely, I think, one of my favorite golds when it comes to this. He's a super glitchy swing. It's a nice, short, compact swing. He likes to hit a lot of doubles. Not the fastest, not the best defensively, but he's definitely a monster. And he has an amazing beard. Some other silvers and golds to think about is Jordan Alvarez, a very good gold hitter. Not too good in the field, although fielding's not that big of an aspect in this particular showdown. Alvarez definitely knows how to stick it. David Dahl, 100% of the time. I've talked about this before in other showdowns, such as a 5th inning showdown. David Dahl is one of my favorite players in the game to play with. An absolute monster of a swing for a silver. If he's there in the initial draft, pick him every single time, as well as Mike Yastrzemski here. He's also another guy with a super glitchy swing. Dahl and Yastrzemski hits like golds or diamonds in this game, especially against righties. Amazing swings. They put in the work. Always pick those guys. They'll definitely be in the description below. For pitchers, I think it's more important to have a starting pitcher this time around than a closing pitcher whenever it comes to these missions, because a lot of the missions are strikeout guys in the first inning. So in the initial draft, if you see a good goal pitcher that has good Ks, pick him up. I got force-fed into a pitcher in the gold round, so I picked Paddock because he was the best option. And then in the silver round, they forced me into another starting pitcher, which is why I have Alex Wood. In the initial draft, I was kind of angry this time around because it's not great for the video, but just so you guys know, you can get a little screwed in the initial draft. Later on, I picked Malvin Adon, the prospect, just in case I need a closer, because some of the later missions, as you'll see in the description, not on this particular run, you do need a closer. So I picked Adon later on. I think after the first showdown, I had an option to get him, so I picked him up just in case I needed him. But it is important to get a starting pitcher that's pretty good, that you're comfortable pitching with, and a closer secondary, unlike the East showdown that we did, where a closer was the primary and a starting pitcher was a secondary. This time around, a starting pitcher is more important than a closing pitcher. Well, boys, that wraps up this Stage 3 Team Affinity West tutorial. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you need any help, tips, pointers, like I said, comment. I've said it throughout the video over and over again. I'm more than willing to help you guys out because I just want you guys to be successful. I want everybody to get these Face of the Franchise Legends cards. They're amazing, and if you don't like one of them, you can always sell them on the market, make 25 to 50,000 stubs. I mean, it's just a great thing to have. I wish you guys the best of luck while doing these showdowns, and you guys have a great day and be safe.